So hi everybody and welcome back. This is a C++ tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 32, and in this video we have to learn a new operator, but we know already what it does. So let me show the new operator fast here. This is the new operator which we learned, is this A question mark B colon C. This one is a very bad presentation. I rewrite this one so we understand this a little bit more. And what we have there is, let's start first with this A question mark B colon C. This is really bad. We have to rewrite this. So which this means is, first we have a condition, then we have a question mark, then we have here true statement, true, then we put this out, or this colon means or, C, which means false, we put this out. But before we go on, let me explain you that we know this already, what we have here. This one is actually just a shortcut for a if else statement, and we learned already if else, right? Let me write here faster if else statement. So we have if condition, let's write here condition 5 is less than 2. Very important, the condition can be false in our case, must be not correct. And then we can go on with our braces, and then we put here something out. Let's say, let's skip this, else. We can put later something out, and we put here something out. So this form you already know. This is a simple if and else statement. So this one actually is the same, but in one line, because programmers are lazy and they invented something like this to skip probably writing this line of codes when they know they have just to decide between true and false. And if statements are very important, because you check most time any condition, because if statement means just check condition and then decide yes or no. Check condition, decide yes or no. And this one is in programming coming all over that again and again. And so they said we make it shorter. So how we convert this line now to this one here, how we use that, let's show this. Let's make this. Let's translate this one. So let me get here a little bit room. So here, this one is a very bad presentation what they made. Here it's a little bit more easy. Condition, we have here our condition. Okay, let's write the condition down. Very easy. 5 less 2. Of course, you can write here any condition you want. I just take this condition, this comparison operator 5 less 2 is just a compare. And then, yeah, because it's simple, I just take this one and fast. So let's continue. Then, okay, I have my condition. Then I have to write this question mark, which means this question mark is just asking, is this true or false? In this case, 5 is less than 2. No, this will be definitely false. But we have write both true and false statements. First, we start with true. If true is true, the first one will be true. And I say, okay, if it's true, I write std out just as a test. I'll write this one. This is true. If it's true, let's write so, not this is true. If it's true, this one will print out. And then this else here is actually this colon, right? It's a shortcut. So they translated this because they are really lazy to write it all time. And let's do this one here. Else, I will do this one. Else, let's see this, std say out. And let me copy this one. So I have not too much to write. Okay, if it's false, and right here false, this will turn out, and I make here a semicolon. And you can now see, so now you can see that this line of code they just wrote in one line of code, and this one will work. So let's compile and test. Of course we have to test it, because without testing makes no sense. It also, if it's false, this one will print out, and indeed this one, this condition is false, and this one print out. So what we learned here is just simple. This if else statements which we learned, can we write this way too if you want, if you are too lazy, right? Just remember this one, and that's very important to know. Even so, I think this one is better, it's more clear, but this one will be used in programming. This one will be used in programming many times, and you must know that this kind of stuff exists and not be confused with other structures. That's why when you see a question mark, then think about this short if cut. It is called a ternary operator. That's very important too. If you want to know what this operator is, it's strange name, ternary operator, but it's a special case here. It's just a shortcut. That's it already for this video. And wait, before I close this video, one more shortcut, and that's very important too, because we are already at the if statements. Yes, that's very good. So let me show you one more shortcut, but this time not a if statement. This operator, we are finished and we have to learn this one. But in programming, they are lazy, like I said, and they try to shorten as much as they can. And what they do with this if here, let me copy this one down. It's probably, we'll see this in programming, C++ programming too. They are skipping this braces here, right? This body. And what I mean with that skipping is they are just writing here, for example, this one here. Let me copy this std out here. Copy and write it here as a intended. They write just the output directly here without braces, and you will see this a lot of times too. So instead of using these braces like here, they just skip these braces here. But here, very important, now very important, when you do this one, and you will see this often, you need it after this if statement, and you need this intent here probably, because if I don't have this one, perhaps not. Let's see. Let's compile. It's okay. The compiler still sees. Okay, that still works. But very important is you can skip this one, and they don't write it. But in my case, in our case, let's say so, we will use at all time this braces at start, definitely. But you will see a lot of programs which are using not. But in our case, it's very important to learn it with the braces, because there are later, let's say when we write variables in it, or declare variables in it, or refer variables in it, and so on, then there is something like a scope. And this one is a little bit, I don't know, we have to check then here, special the scope, and there can be complications and so on. But with this one defined, you exactly know this one is a body, is his body, and then the scope definition. And yeah, when it's, let's say so, when it's become very complicated, this one is the safe go, and this one is just another shortcut, right? Without writing these braces, it's just another shortcut. This is the best and easy explanation. And for more explanation, of course, read C++, a good C++ book, or the online documentation, and so on. So I think that was it for this video. And in the next video, we learned something. Again, we will train a little bit the code which we already learned, a loop again training, this training a little bit, but we learn again a new keyword also while we training this, because just learning keywords and operators and not within a program, that will not really learn you to program. We have to create programs while we're learning it. And in the next video, we create again a program, but we learn also a new keyword there too, while we repeat the stuff what we know. So that's it. See you in the next. Bye.